And now, World Improv Network proudly presents Community Court.
Yeah, so look, when two parties can't solve a dispute, community court, they say to solve the problem. All rise for the most honorable Judge William Law III.
Well, be seated, folks. Make sure if you're wearing skirts to pull them down when you're seated. All right. I have never seen something like this come across my desk in a long time. Today, in my courtroom, I have Miss Earth Love here today, our plaintiff who's brought a lawsuit against Dr. Mort Gary, who is a robot inventor. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Well, Ms. Earthlove, I hope I'm not butchering your name, but I understand as a pizza delivery person that you're... Well, explain to this courtroom what on earth you are suing for.
We're being replaced by machines. That's not cool in any way, shape, or form. Robots can't behave or give the kind of customer service experience that people need.
I don't understand about the civics experience, ma'am. Could you please explain that?
My cervix experience, I've delivered 3 babies off of the highway. And I know how a cervix feels and looks when it is opened and willing to yield life, you know?
All right. I think I understand where you're going with this, ma'am. So you said machine being replaced by machine. Have these machines, are they in service in your parts of town?
They're taking up all our routes. Domino's, Pizza Hut, Blackjack,
Really, just really any kind of delivery service.
Flowers.
We're moving in.
Yeah.
You are being replaced.
Yeah. And I'm...
I'm sorry to interrupt, ma'am. Are you saying you work for all these pizza manufacturers?
I've worked at all of these pizza manufacturers.
Where do you currently work, ma'am?
I'm currently unemployed because I've been put out of work by freaking robots.
All right. So I understand you're suing for $12 million. Is that correct?
Yeah. 11 million of that is in pain and suffering to costs.
What's the 1 million for, ma'am?
My car.
Your car.
Yeah.
You drive $1 million car?
I think it is. What's your value of memories?
So perceived value, is that correct, ma'am? Perceived value, ma'am?
It's felt value. It's implied value, Your Honor.
Implied, perceived. I say those are the same words of a different color. All right. Dr. Gary, could you please explain your position?
Well, yes. I'm just your typical garage scientist that likes making robots, and I invented a delivery robot. It could drive a car. It could take food up to a door. It can knock on said door and then hand food in exchange for money. It does all 7 steps that are involved in the process, and it replaces a delivery driver so they could feel free to pursue greater employment.
So you're saying this is creating a better world?
Yes. What Miss Earthlove has referred to as not cool, I refer to as progress.
All right. So what is the mission of your company, sir?
Our mission statement for Geary Industries, LLC, by the way, is replace the flesh. Those are the words that we live by.
Replace the flesh. All right.
Yes.
And your model of delivery robot, does it have a number like a C3PO R2D2 sort of thing?
Yes, it is the Sarah 14.
Sarah 14.
Yeah, SARA.
All right. And they drive cars, like you said.
They do, yes.
Is a specific vehicle they are more equipped to deal with?
an automatic. I'm still working on ones that could drive a stick.
Sir, do you need a Kleenex to unclog your nose, or is this how you usually talk?
Oh no, this is this is one of my other inventions. It's a mucus filter that I've inserted into my nose, and it just sort of hangs out there. It's kind of like one of those scrubbers that you see on top
I
of
get
a
the
coal
picture, sir.
plant.
I get it. Thank you
Except
very
it
much.
goes-
Thank you,
it-
sir.
Well, I mean, I just like people to know that this goes into my nose and it filters all the air of particulate.
Thank you, Dr.
excuse
Gary.
me.
I have a
Gross.
full slate of hearings today, and I just wanted to get a piece of that. I didn't need to get the whole
Oh.
Gross.
soliloquy.
It's really gross.
Excuse me, Ms. Love.
All the sounds that are happening, they're really, really gross.
We do have a busy courtroom, so I apologize on behalf of that. So,
I'm sorry. Will you excuse me for a minute while I empty my phlegm bucket?
Oh God.
bailiff, could you bring a phlegm bucket over here, please?
Absolutely, Judge.
Dr. Gary, I cannot let you leave the courtroom, but you
Oh.
can proceed to empty your phlegm for the next 2 seconds.
All right, thank you. I'm done.
All right, that was very expedient, sir. So, Dr. Gary, I understand you have a counterclaim. Explain that to me, sir.
Yes, I am suing Miss Earthlove as a representative for all delivery drivers. It's sort of a reverse class action lawsuit, and it is for pain and suffering at General Society Anchorage.
Please explain. I have your counterclaim here, and it's for $1. I don't understand.
Yes, it's a principal suit. I'm just suing for principal. I don't care about the money. I'm a billionaire.
All right. So the counterclaim for $1, just on principle. Ms. Love, are you currently seeking employment, ma'am?
Currently, it's been hard to find work since primarily what I do is delivery service. And everywhere I go, there are damn robots doing that for me.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's not a thank you. That was not a thank you.
Do you have another passion, ma'am?
Wow.
I'll take that as a no.
Sounds like your life is empty.
Do you have a
Yeah,
childhood?
because of you.
Okay. We need to keep this
I-
You
civil.
can suck it.
You know, if delivering things to other people made your life worthwhile, you have bigger problems than just being replaced by a robot. Good luck, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Gary. Ms. Earthlove, did you have a passion as a child?
Yeah, I mean, sure I did. I always wanted to be a astronaut. That was always a dream. But you know what? NASA's not sending anyone else up, so I guess that dream's crushed too. Thanks, doctor. Thank you.
Ma'am, I don't think the doctor's to blame for your life's problems.
Actually, I'm sorry. I have a experimental rocket I've been wanting to send into space, but it involves a process of turning someone into a liquid before they go into the rocket and then reconstituting them as human when they come back. And I've had trouble finding anyone who's willing. Miss Earthlove, if you would be so kind, maybe it's a little bit that I could do to make it up to you.
Miss Earthlove, would you be willing to be turned into liquid and go up into Dr. Gary's rocket into outer space to fulfill your childhood passion?
Yeah, I mean, that would be a dream come true.
Okay, let me take this under consideration before I make my ruling. I'm chewing on a piece of gum and deciding what to do here. Okay. I've decided to rule in favor of the plaintiff and the defendant. What I mean by that is Miss Gary will be turned into liquid and flown up in your rocket, Mr. Gary, and the money will be donated to charity. And that's my ruling. Thank you very much.
Stay tuned for Talking Points with Shabazz Davis. And make sure to give the Windcast your suggestions during the break on what topic Shabazz should swing a bat at. Next on Mile High Sports Radio.